Hi everyone, you're welcome back to another sewing tutorial here. In today's video, I'll be showing us the process of making this beautiful wide leg palazzo pants with pleats and side pockets. It's a simple tutorial and I used 2 yards of crepe fabric to make it. So if you love sewing tutorials as this, why not keep watching? But before we go into the video, I just want to take a moment to say a very big thank you to all my amazing subscribers. We just hit 30,000 and I'm so grateful for all your love and support. Thank you for growing this channel with me. God bless you. My fabric for this tutorial is crepe, but you can use any fabric of choice, and it is 2 yards, but that 2 yards depend on the body size. Also, if you want your pant leg wider than mine, you will need more than 2 yards. The first thing to do now is fold a part of this fabric into 2 to cut out the front piece. Now this is on a fold of 2 and I use cutter of my hip circumference, which is 10 plus extra 7 inches, making 17, to fold this. The extra inches you will add to cutter of your hip circumference should totally depend on how wide you want your pants. From the top of my fabric, I will come down by 3/4 of an inch and draw a straight line which will serve as the waistline, and from that waistline I will come down by my crotch depth. To get your crotch depth, simply divide your hip circumference by 4, mine is 10, then add extra 1 to 1.5 inches. For me, I will add 1 inch, making my crotch depth 11 inches. The next thing to do is to determine the full length of our pants. Now this pant will have a waistband and I want the height to be 1.5 inches. So I will take out that 1.5 and mark my desired length, which is 44.5. Then I added extra 1.5 inches as hem allowance. Now on the crotch line, I will mark cutter of my hip circumference, which is 10 inches. Go ahead and mark yours. Then I will add extra 5 inches. Remember, this is supposed to be a free pants, so the total measurement I have here is 15 inches. I will mark the same thing on the waistline, then connect the point. Next thing to do is to get the crotch extension using the hip measurement. Here I'll be dividing my hip circumference by 20. So 40 divided by 20 is 2. Go ahead and divide your hip circumference by 20. Whatever it gives you, mark it outside there just like I have done. Then connect the point with a curve this way. From the waistline at this side, I will come down by 1/2 of an inch. This is to take out excess fabric at the center. Then I will connect the point back to the waistline. The next thing to do is to take the waist measurement. So on the waistline, go ahead and mark cutter of your waist circumference, and here I'm going to add extra inches for the pleat. So I added 5 inches. Now it's not necessary that you add extra inches as I have done. You can just come to the side here and take out 1 to 1.5 inches. It's fine. And you can choose not to take out any inches from your waist. That's if you want enough fabric for your pleats. So guys, this is all for the drafting of the front piece. I will go ahead now to cut it out, adding 1/2 inch sewing allowance to the crotch area and also to the waist. At the hem here, I will notch the hem allowance and set this aside to cut out the back piece. My fabric is also on a fold of 2, but this time the fold is wider and longer than the front piece, and this is because the back piece should be wider and higher at the waist than the front, and at the crotch area your back piece should be at least 3 to 4 inches wider than the front piece if you are working with a bigger hip. Now the first thing I'll do here is to extend the hip line. Next is to get the back extension. For the back crotch extension, all we need to do is divide our hip circumference by 10. Mine is 4 inches. Now that 4 starts from the front crotch point And I already have 2 inches for the front crotch. I will just measure 2 more inches from where it stopped, and that is exactly what I have there. Next thing to do is to extend the back waistline. You can extend the waistline with 1 to 1.5 inches. For me, I will use 1 inch. But if you are working with a bigger bum, you should use 2 to 2.5 inches. I will connect the point back to the waistline this way. I will also connect these extended lines for the back crotch. And at the side here, I will add extra 1 inch all the way down. The remaining part to the hem is exactly 1 inch, so I don't need to mark it. The last thing to do here is to add zipper allowance to the back. If you want your zipper to be at the side, you don't need to do this. So from the waist, I will come down by 9 inches and the width for the allowance is 1. So guys, this is all for the back piece. I will go ahead now to cut it out. Now that we are done cutting, the next thing to do is start stitching, and I'll be stitching the crotch area first using 1/2 inch. I will use a loose stitch to close the zipper allowance, back stitch where it stops, then continue stitching with a normal stitch all the way to the end. After closing the crotch area, this is what I have. The next thing to do is to create the pleats. I want my pleats to be where I normally hold my dart, so I will use half of my nipple to nipple point measurement, which is 4 inches. I mark that 4 inches after the seam. Now where you place your pleats totally depends on you. You can decide to place it where you normally hold your dart or just extend it to the side. My waist circumference is 28, which means each leg of this front piece should be 7 inches after the pleat. To that 7 inches, I will add extra 1 inch seam allowance, making 8 inches. So from the center here, I already have 4 inches. I will come to the side and measure 4 inches as well. Then from the dart point, I will fold my fabric to rest on the new point this way, then pin it down. After creating your pleat, go ahead and measure again. It must be exactly what you calculated. I will repeat the same thing at the other side. Once you are done with both sides, go ahead and measure again. If you get more or less than what you calculated, readjust your pleats, okay? I'll do the same thing I did at the front here. Measure half of my nipple to nipple point, duplicate it to the back. Come in from the side by 4 inches. This time the distance between the dart point and the new point is more than the front piece, and this is because the back piece is wider. So I created my pleats and pin it down. I'll check if what I have there is exactly what I need, then repeat the same thing at the other side. After creating the pleat, the next thing to do is go over to the sewing machine to stitch this down. At this point, I have stitched down the pleats on both the front and the back piece, and the next thing to do is close the side. But before I close the side, I want to attach pocket, so I'll set this aside to cut it out. I already folded the piece into 4, and the first thing I'll do is come down by 7. That will serve as the pocket opening. For the length, it is 11 inches. I will connect this and draw the shape I want it to have. For the width, it is about 7 inches. This is all for the pocket. I will cut it out now. Next, I will attach this to the side of the pants. Now from the waistline, I will come down by 1 inch. That is where the pocket will start. To stitch, I'll place one piece this way, right side facing. Then I will align the top to the notch I made earlier and also pin the base. I will repeat the same thing at the other side. I will stitch this using 1/2 inch. After attaching the pocket, I will also close the side. So from the waistline, I will stitch using 1 inch. I will also close the pocket with 1/2 inch. Then continue stitching from where the pocket stops with 1 inch all the way down. After attaching the pocket and closing the side, this is what I have. The next thing to do is to stitch the hem. I will fold in the 1.5 inches hem allowance, following the direction of the notch I made earlier. And I'll be stitching the other leg same way. This is what I have after stitching the hem. The next thing to do is to close the crotch area, so I'll turn this to the wrong side and place the front and the back crotch on each other. Pin it down, then go over to the sewing machine to stitch from the hem with 1 inch all the way to the other hem. After closing the crotch area, this is what I have. Next thing to do now is to cut out the waistband. I already opened up the zipper allowance, so I'll measure around the waist to know what I have there. Go ahead and do the same thing, and whatever measurements you get around your waist is what you will use to cut out your waistband. This is the piece for my band. I already ironed interface into it, and I used what I got around my waist plus extra 2 inches. For the height, it is 4 inches, which is 2 on fold. After stitching, I'll be left with 1.5. Because I want to shape the top of this band, I'll be cutting out the front waistband separately. So my front waist measurement is 14. Then I will add extra 1 inch seam allowance, making 15 inches. Then I will fold this, and at the top, I will slant it slightly by taking off 1/2 inch. This will help the band sit nicely on the waist and give it a more fitted look. I will shape the back piece the same way. Now I will go over to the sewing machine to stitch this together so it becomes one piece. I'll be using 1/2 inch on both sides. After stitching, I will divide the back piece into 2. So this is what I have afterwards. The next thing to do is attach this to the waist, but first I'll notch the center. I will pin the center of the band to the center of the pants and make sure the side of the band aligns with the side of the pants on both sides. I will be stitching using 1/2 inch all round. After stitching one side of the band to the waist, the next thing to do is use the other side to cover up the seam. I already used iron to fold in the edges of the other side of the band, and we are going to be top stitching at the right side. But before then, I want to fix the zipper. I'll be using the other side of the band to cover this up so I can have a neat finishing. You can go ahead and fix your zipper first, but I'll be stitching this directly. So I folded the top of the zipper, as you can see, and the fold is not straight but slant. Next is to lay the band over it this way and pin it down. Then you stitch it as well and the remaining part of the zipper. After stitching, you trim any excess fabric along the edge of the band before turning it to the right side. This is what you will have afterwards. And the last thing to do is top stitch along the edge of the band at the right side. I will go over to the sewing machine now to do that. This is what I have after fixing the zipper and top stitching along the edge of the band. So guys, with this we've come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and I'll see you in my next one.